Is the result of a game. Victory at the cost of pain. Like a freight train, you're tied to the tracks.
How's it going, everyone? You got Corey here, aka MegaCrasher, and welcome back to a brand new video. Now, ladies and gentlemen, before we go underway with the main topic of the video, a couple of things I want to get off my chest real quick. Number one, first and foremost, I would like to apologize for the lateness here of this upload because for all intents and purposes, after last night's live stream, I was going to be doing a video on this. Now, the thing is that after my live stream, I was out cold. I was knocked out. I was out like a light, you know what I'm saying? But here's the thing, I'm woken up, I'm refreshed. Woo! I am just absolutely good to go. Now, second thing I would like to get off my chest real quick is that rumor warning. It says right here in nice big white letters, okay, rumor warning, okay? What it is we're going to be talking about here in this video is strictly rumors. Nothing is confirmed. We're going to have a little bit of fun with rumors and speculation and just see where that takes us for the Pokemon Sword and Shield hype. So, without further ado, let's get cracking with the video. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so let's get started here. So an anonymous 4chan poster had this to say about the upcoming game. So, number one, we have ourselves talk of cover art here. Cover art features the Wolf Legendary in each of its two forms depending on the version. I kind of remember, you know, in one of our previous videos regarding this topic, we have actually spoken about the fact that this Wolf Legendary would be changing types depending on which version you would be playing it in and all that stuff, right? And we have ourselves a little bit more backup here when it comes to that notion. So, in the background, a larger Pokemon shadow looms over it. We have ourselves a wing beast shape in sword, perhaps maybe a dragon, and a humanoid shape with one eye and shield, perhaps a Cyclops. Now, let me tell you something, man. I would just be absolutely mind blown if we had ourselves like a badass, old-fashioned, like movie-esque sort of dragon-like Pokemon introduced in Sword and Shield. And not to mention also, you know, I think it'd be pretty dope as hell, personally, to have a Cyclops as a legendary. Perhaps that could be maybe the normal ghost Pokemon, or maybe it's like ghost and fighting, who knows, you know? And the dragon Pokemon, well, obviously it's gonna have dragon, you know, as part of its typing, but maybe something like dragon flying, or maybe, you know, dragon steel, or something like that. You never know, right? I mean, like, it could have any secondary typing, or it could actually just be pure clean dragon, you know what I'm saying? So, with that said, let's keep on going. So, we now move on to new battle mechanics. So, we have ourselves new battle mechanics that, number one, is going to be based on distance. Pretty cool, pretty cool. We have ourselves sky battles that's going to be returning. I am just absolutely going to be looking forward to that. I've always wanted to have battles in the sky, man. Like, that is just crazy. Now, marine battles for Pokemon that can breathe underwater as well is apparently going to be a thing here in Sword and Shield. And diving returns, but underwater battle/encounters require marine Pokemon. I mean, it kind of makes sense, right? I mean, you wouldn't want to send out a Executor underwater because it can't breathe, you know what I'm saying? It can't breathe, and it just wouldn't be wise to do something like that, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah, like, I gotta say, like, I'm actually really pumped up about these battle mechanics, you know what I'm saying? So, sky battles, absolutely, sign me up, Chief. Underwater battles with marine Pokemon and encounters, double sign me up, Chief. That's just amazing right there. And with that said, I am just, oh man, like the hype is already there, you know what I'm saying? The hype is already there when it comes to Pokemon Sword and Shield, but if they were to bring these features back as well, like, dude, that is going to be absolutely incredible. So this one is a very interesting one. Galar is known for many of its native Pokemon having branch evolutions. Oh yeah, here we go. So around 40 Galar species evolve differently depending on what version you own. Yo, yes, that right there. I absolutely love that nice little mechanic right there. It kind of also encourages you to get both Sword and Shield, which is what exactly your boy is going to be doing when Sword and Shield come out. You feel me? Now, we also have ourselves new branch evolutions for older Pokemon, including Johto Starters. What? What? Oh, dude! Johto Starters finally getting some love, man. That's just incredible. Now, one of these stars you actually are going to receive from Professor Elm, who has come to study Galar's mysterious effects on evolution. Yo! My boy Professor Elm is making a comeback! Oh, shit. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Can you imagine split evolutions, or I should say branching evolutions? Like, that right there is awesome, you know? Like, what? Oh, man. Woo-wee. And not to mention also, Johto Pokemon having some love, finally having some much needed and much deserved spotlight, you know, coming in the form of branch evolutions for Johto Starters. Like, that is just incredible right there. Like, I've always been a fan, you know, of the Johto Starters, but they've been so bloody forgettable. Like, and by forgettable, I'm talking about in battle, you know? Like, you don't see the likes of Meganium in, like, high-tier competitive play. You might see Typhlosion, like, every now and then, but I'm not entirely sure. But Feraligatr, of course, is the best one, because it has access to Sheer Force and Dragon Dance and, like, you know, a bunch of other moves that is just absolutely crazy. And not to mention also, get a buff from Sheer Force as well. Now, the thing is that if these Pokemon were to get different forms, you know, like, that would just be absolutely incredible. And by new forms, we're of course talking about new branch evolutions. So, it's gonna be really interesting to see how this plays out. Like, what sort of designs are going to be implemented? Are we gonna have type changes? Are we gonna have ability changes? You know, stat changes, move changes, things like that. I'm just super interested and invested in this, you know? But let's keep going here. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this new feature also encourages trading, but you can also obtain the alternate evolutions in a post-game safari area located on an island to the right of Galar, accessible via ferry from Water Gym City. The island also has the Battle Frontier. Woo! Oh my god, dude, the Battle Frontier. That right there was one of my favorite post-games! Oh my god! Like, okay, this is exactly why Pokemon Emerald, in my opinion, is like the best game ever. Because not only is Hoenn my favorite generation, but the Battle Frontier was like a whole nother game on its own. It was like a whole nother sort of Pokemon League on its own, but it had more obscure and crazy things about it. And I'm just like, yo, like, this is just absolutely incredible. So if they bring back the Battle Frontier feature, I am going to flip my shit, you know? And I just gotta say, this just all of this right here, man, it's like, it's all coming together, it's all shaping up, and if what I'm picturing in my mind is going to be playing out in the Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield games, well, let me tell you something, like, from what we know so far, these games are gonna rank as one of the greatest for sure. So, with that said, let me know what you guys think about all this so far. Like, are you guys digging all this stuff? Do let me know if you guys are hyped for Pokemon Sword and Shield like I am. So up next, ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves this paragraph. We got strong Pokemon trainers in Galar are invited to join official league teams and compete in team battles at gym stadiums. What? Oh man, that's gonna be great. I'm just absolute, oh my god. Dude, seriously, man, that is amazing. The two highest ranked teams are Team Sword and Team Shield. I mean, it makes sense, right? The top ranked team will ask your rival to join them, and the second ranked team, whether it's Sword and Shield, or in Sword and Shield in Shield, will ask you to join them. You eventually agree as a favor to the Galar champion so that you can investigate the top ranked team. Oh, the plot thickens, you know, the cogs in the machine are kind of turning a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, that's just awesome right there. So, definitely looking forward to something like that taking place in Pokemon Sword and Shield. Like, this is just like, wow. Wow. like, just, wow. Like, seriously, what? That's just, oh man. Alright, let's move on, guys. So, coming up next, let's talk about this. Technically, there is no evil team in the game, but the top-ranked team are arrogant and are your main opponents. They have an evil captain and a manager with much more sinister plans that require his team to stay on top to make money from sponsorships. Ooh, ho ho ho! Alrighty! So, the top-ranked team is based in the modern city in the north, while your team are from the industrial city in the south. Interesting stuff! What? Oh, man! That's just awesome! So, the team captains each possess the Wolf Legendary in its respective sword/shield forms. Now, once you prove yourself in battle, your captain entrusts his to you to stop the manager's secret plan. So, alright, yo, man, that's just gonna be great right there. Like, okay, like, I can get down with something like this. Like, I can get down with the fact that we're technically not going to have, like, an evil team in Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield, because generally speaking, when you think about evil teams, you think about teams that will go out of their way to cause harm for other people, and, you know, they'll do it in a way to have some sort of worldly domination, you know? Like, for example, Lysandre and Team Flare, they wanted to wipe out all of existence with the exception, of course, of Team Flare so that they can live in a beautiful world, so to speak, you know what I'm saying? And we also had ourselves Archie and Maxie with the respective legendaries being Kyogre and Groudon, you know, losing their shit and wanting to use their powers to make the world, you know, in the way that they envisioned it or something like that. But obviously, it turned out to be really bad because Kyogre would essentially drown out the entirety of the world, resetting it back to its beginnings, and you would have Groudon that would burn the world up essentially with, you know, really, really heated up sun rays and all that stuff, like with its drought ability, right? And like it would dry everything out and everything would die off essentially, you know? And thus it would be the world's end, right? So, you know, the thing is that it's gonna be a different approach when it comes to there being no evil teams, so to speak, but, you know, we're still gonna have rivals, we're still gonna have a rival team, and as stated right here, we're going to be having, you know, to face off against an evil captain and a manager with much more sinister plans that is going to require his team to stay on top to make money from sponsorships. So I guess, like, money and sponsorships is really going to be the main motive here when it comes to these quote-unquote evil teams, even though, you know, they're not really evil because they're not going out of their way to cause harm for society, so to speak, at least as far as I know. But with that said, let me know your thoughts down below. So ladies and gentlemen, we pretty much reached the end here of this article. I gotta say, I am just really, really hyped, you know? Like, I know all this is rumors and speculation and all that shiznickle and stuff, but man, I am just absolutely hyped. Like, perhaps the biggest thing I'm hyped about would be the fact that we're gonna be having branch evolutions, and not to mention also, we're gonna have new branch evolutions for older Pokemon too, which includes Johto Starters. And I can honestly say, if that is going to be the case, if that's going to be implemented in the games, then sign me up. I am just absolutely excited, man. Like, this is awesome, man. This is just absolutely awesome. Now, here's the thing, okay? I wonder if branch evolutions are going to be like the main theme here in Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield, much like if we go back to 6th generation for X and Y, the main theme was Mega Evolution, and then fast forward to Sun and Moon, Z-moves and Alola forms were, in fact, another main feature. Now, here's the thing also, right, is that, you know, getting rid of the traditional evil team sounds like another trope Game Freak may be willing to toss out, and, you know, honestly, it's like, I wouldn't be surprised if they did something like this for, you know, this game or, like, a future generation game and all that stuff, because here's the thing. This wouldn't be the first time that a traditional feature would be thrown away out of the game, because if you remember Pokemon Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, we didn't have gyms. Instead, we had trials. gyms were, in fact, you know, one of the most well-known features and well-known tropes in the Pokemon games. But they didn't do that last generation, did they? So it wouldn't surprise me whatsoever if Game Freak decided to try something else and maybe do something like this here in Sword and Shield. I mean, I don't know, man. Like, that'd be different, you know. But let me know what you guys would think about that. Would you guys be excited for something like that to happen? But with that being said, that's gonna wrap up this video here. But honestly, man, before we go, I just got one thing I gotta say. We need news! We actually need news. Like, confirmed, fresh, crispy, clean news. Like, it has been, like, over 2 months since we have gotten a trailer for Pokemon Sword and Shield, which was the reveal of the game itself. And aside from a small Coral leak, you know, showcasing a name a new move contest, we didn't even have anything substantial from Coral. Like, we didn't even have any new reveals. We had nothing. We had absolutely nothing, man. So I'm hoping that sometime in this month of May, we got something big coming, man. Because if not, the resident Pokemon Sword and Shield hype man is going to have a little something to say about that, baby. So thank you so very much for watching. And don't forget, guys, subscribe, support, stay positive, okay? And don't forget to leave a like here on this video as well if you enjoy the hype and energy that your boy brings. And finally, guys, remember this. At the end of the day, you are awesome. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.